What's up guys, Readiness Reviews, back with you again. And we have a little box today. It's been about a year or so since I've unboxed a handgun on this channel. I've been sticking mostly to rifles recently, but that's just because the availability of CNR eligible rifles has been better as of late. I picked this firearm up from Old Western Scroungers. I actually never even knew that website existed until making this order. Someone posted on Facebook that they also bought one of these pistols and had pictures of it there, and I instantly went right over to the website, set up an account, and made an order myself. It was, of course, shipped UPS. The shipping on this particular firearm was extremely fast. By the time I made the order, it was shipped to my front door in just 3 days. Let's open this up and see what we're actually taking a look at today. Has a pull tab on the box, a little bit of packing paper on the inside, and we have a little bit of boxception going on, a box within a box. And we can see right there, this is a Cz50 pistol chambered in 32 ACP. And there is a look at it. Let's give it a quick safety check right fast. Chamber's empty. Magazine's empty. This thing is greasy. Let's check out the condition right fast. It's looking dang good, to tell you the truth. Not bad at all. The bluing looks real nice. Very slight thinning on the top strap here where it's seen some holster wear in the past. The Bakelite material grips look to be in perfect shape. It's nice and oily, like I said. The magazine looks to be in good shape, no dents or anything. Floor plate is not cracked or broken. In hand, it's actually a little bit bigger than I thought it would be. This is not a pistol I've ever really paid attention to in person, so I wasn't knowing what to expect size-wise. It's about the size of a Walther PP or any of your Comblock Makarov type pistols. Nice and thin profile though. The Vz50 was developed shortly after the end of World War II. The design is loosely based on the German Walther PP and PPK pistols. There are various differences though, especially the way that you take the handgun down, as well as the placement of the safety selector. These firearms were produced for both the government and commercial sales. The examples purchased by the Czech Ministry of the Interior will be marked with a cross sword proof mark. This particular example does not seem to have that cross sword proof mark, so this would have been one made for commercial sales. On the rear part of the slide here, there is a little proof mark. Out beside that is a 2-digit number. Supposedly that number correlates to the year that the pistol was made. This one has a 70, so I believe that would make this pistol a 1970, which is actually the very last year of production. The Vz50 was actually replaced with the Vz70 that same year in 1970. The government purchased pistols saw heavy use by the Czech police. Official production on the Vz50 started in 1950. The first run of pistols had serial numbers starting with 650,001, which is actually where the serial date range of the Vz27 ended after its production was discontinued. It's unknown exactly how many of these pistols were made, because after serial number 740,000, they changed the serial number format, which eventually made itself to this letter prefix and then digits afterwards. No one has made sense of exactly how that works, and it appears to be fairly random. As I said before, the Vz50 was replaced by the Vz70. Now the Vz70 is essentially the exact same gun with very minor updates. They changed the grips, they changed the takedown lever, and they changed the magazine release button. The hammer on this pistol has a hole through it, which is the same pattern as a Vz70. So that's kind of interesting. Even though this is a Vz50, it has a Vz70 hammer. This pistol is double action, single action. It has a decocker safety. As we can see, it's currently cocked. We pull the decocker down, dropping the hammer and safing the firearm. It's a very simple blowback operated pistol, just like the Walther PP. Chambered in the anemic 32 ACP cartridge. This is actually the first firearm that I'll have in my collection chambered in 32 ACP. That's not a round I'm exactly a fan of. For me, it's a little too small to ever be placed into a defensive role. However, that cartridge has seen extensive military and police use throughout the world, so I guess it gets the job done. Magazine capacity on this is 8 rounds. The weight is a hefty 25 ounces. This firearm is predominantly steel construction. The overall length is about 6.5 inches. The barrel comes in at about 3¼ inches. Takedown on these is very simple. Drop the magazine, depress the takedown button, pull the slide to the rear, and then up. That slides right off. And anyone that's seen the inside of a Walther PP, or even a Makarov for that matter, this looks very familiar. Has a fixed barrel. Generally that leads to an accurate firearm. There's a look at our bore. Seems to have nice defined rifling. It actually seems fairly shiny, so that doesn't look too bad. I have heard a couple safety issues with these pistols. Supposedly once they get nice and worn, the sears will kind of wear out a little bit, and there becomes an issue to where decocking it can actually fire around. However, I think that's a pretty rare occurrence. It'll definitely be something I'm looking out for when I take this one to the range. There's our import markings on the slide there. Made in Czechoslovakia, 765. There's your CZ logo. No other real visible markings I'm seeing. There's a little another proof mark on the trigger guard there. And then a CZ logo in the grips. I wasn't expecting this one to be such a late production. That's kind of interesting. This seems to be sort of a transitional model because from what I was reading, having the hole drilled through on the hammer, that's making me think this might have a mix of Vz50 parts in it. I would need another one to compare side by side. The sights on this pistol are fairly crude. We have a U-notch in the rear and a tiny blade in the front. The visibility on them seems okay, but they are quite small. It's going to take a little bit of cleaning up, but I'm thinking this is going to make a fine addition to the collection. This is the absolute lowest cost option that they had on the website. It came in at $255 shipped. The shipping cost was only $15, which in my mind is very reasonable, especially for a handgun, which places usually try to charge more for. And no tax for the state of Georgia. That was all good. They had a higher grade model that would have been about $30 more. I'm glad I opted for this one though. This is a perfectly good looking pistol in my opinion. And I'm glad I saved the 30 bucks because it's not like you got anything extra with it other than external condition. I'm actually really glad I found out about their website because they have quite a few things that interest me. They have a good selection of Chilean Mausers, it seems, some Turkish stuff, various other military surplus firearms. They look to be a good source of parts and parts guns. It's always cool to find another website to add to the list of what I look at daily. I doubt this is a pistol I'll put a ton of rounds through just because the ammunition is a little bit prohibitive cost-wise. I'm definitely looking forward to getting this one out to the range. Hopefully you've seen some shooting footage in this video already. Well, that was the video, guys. Cz50 in 32 ACP. Thanks so much for checking it out. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel because I'll have more firearms content like this coming in the future. Let me know what you thought about this pistol down in the comments. If you noticed something about it that I didn't, please let me know. Remember, I'm not an expert, so I'm always learning. I will catch you guys in the next video. See you then. Peace.